I tried to grow $1.51 to 16 in 24 hours. Watch details of what I did.
Being a good forex trader, you have to test yourself on so many things, so many criterias, and those so many criterias are as a result of those so many materials you've actually learned or studied. All right, you have to test yourself on money management, your skill level, your emotion, self management as well. All right, so testing yourself on so many things now makes you a career trader. All right, and because forex trading is more like gambling if you don't know what you're doing, if you are just guess gaming. All right, but if you actually know how to actually follow the rules well, set yourself on a particular set of rules, follow your strategy well enough, then it can actually become a career for you. All right, so I kind of tested I've tested myself in so many occasions. Like if you watch most of my video down the line, you see so many times that I use, let's say $1.3 or $1 to about $30 within a couple of 3-4 trades within a day or something, within a few hours or a few minutes or so, and then raising a large account and then raising a very small account. So it's for you to really understand if you're actually really skillful. You just have to put yourself to the test. Okay, can you actually push a very small account to a large account? All right, small account, we're talking about account that is really really small. Like, can your strategy really pick the market from the point where it start moving into profit, to the point where you have to take your profit and leave the market? All right, so I actually tried it on this account. Like, I've tried that so many times personally. All right, so I decided to record this one. All right, and then I've also recorded so many on this channel already. So this particular one was on a very small account of about $1.51, and I tried and I recorded everything, the details of how I was able to analyze the trade, and then took the trade, and then just to show to you guys. All right, I do a lot of things to show to you guys, let you guys know that okay, these things are actually real and you can actually do them by yourself on your own. I'm not one of those YouTubers that will say, okay, this is how I raise $1 to 20 something dollar, and you just see them performing. It's like magic, you don't know how it's going. All right, so I actually performed this stunt twice. All right, $1.55, I raised it to about, I to get extra $8, and then within the next couple of minutes I actually traded again. I think it was something, 8 6 or $8. All right, and then remove the $8 remaining $1.13, then raise that one again to about $9. That's about I think everything was plus minus $16 at the end of the day. All right, so, and it was all recorded. So what you're about to see now is just the details of how everything was done, how I did everything. So you could actually learn it and then add it to your own skill set and then apply it on your Ray account and see how it works. All right, know you Note, this is not a financial advice. Before you take any trade, this is not a perfect stunt. All right, before you take any trade, you just have to be sure that you're financially responsible, and then you are aware of whatever stunt you're about to make on your forex account. All right, make sure you apply money management. Now let's just dive right into the video without talking too much.
So this is me looking at a V101S. All right, after looking at the market, I decided to take a trade of 0.10 lot size, and you are going to see how I'm going to show you how I made the analysis, and I was able to take that particular trade. All right, look at the balance, about $1.51. So everything was recorded live. All right, so now there are so many ways I analyze my trade. All right, there's so many ways I analyze my trade, and with this kind of balance here, it means that whatever trade I'm analyzing, it must not go into negation by even 10 pips, else the amount will be wiped off. All right, so it means that it has to be when the market is actually moving in the direction, in the right direction. If I'm choosing buy, it should be moving in buy. If I'm choosing sell, it should be moving in sell. If it's going to undergo any kind of retesting, that's where there's going to be problem. That's where the amount is going to be wiped off. Even so, before this kind of strategy can be applied, or this kind of stunt can be applied, it means that you are sure that there's no retesting of any kind that will go on within the market. All right, so that being said, now this is where I took the trend line from. I kind of connected this point here. This was just a kind of simple trend line connection, and then understanding where there's going to be breakout, and there where the resistance is. So most time when I see people doing a lot of jargons on the chart, I feel so sorry for them. Although some of them may work, but sometimes to take a very perfect trade, you just need to understand the status of the market, and then just draw one or two trend lines, or just connect one or 2 points. Then you take your trade. All right, I did my analysis from H4, that's 4 hours time frame, and then went back to 1 minute time frame and placed my trade. All right, that's just the simple way I do this, or I usually do this. All right, connecting the trend line. All right, you see that there's resistance at the first point, and then the second point being connected, and according to the last line that I drew, connecting the the longer trend line, it shows that okay, the market is going to push that way, and then either it will bounce off when it hits the trend line. It's either it will bounce off just the way I've drawn that other one, or it will break through and go as long as the trend line have just gone. All right, and mind you, this is a H4, that's 4 hours time frame. All right, so it means that any little movement in this 4 hours time frame is going to be a very large spread in the 1 minute or even 15 minutes time frame. All right, so this is the simple way I connected this point here. All right, and then before going on to take my trade, all right, I actually use my own by just observing, all right, to do that. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I have to just draw everything, all right, before taking my trade. All right, so now looking at this right here, the trade is going to proceed this way. All right, it's going to proceed this way. When it proceed this way, I'm going to keep all the screenshot and then record it and keep it for you guys. All right, now if the market breaks through the trend line, there's going to be some retesting at that point there before it finally goes. Placing the entire trade. All right, just watch the chart, place stop loss if I have to, and then place take profit if I have to. All right, so but the take profit, this the stop loss is very important as much as the take profit is. All right, because it's always good to protect your fund, but this one now is just about $1.15, so putting a stop loss there might be a bit of waste of time though, because it's a very small balance. All right, so now you can see the way the trade has proceeded right now. It has read into profit right here, and you have about 1 point something dollars right there. This was actually the first one I did, and you can see the withdrawal of $7 right there, and I was mistaking it to be $6 or something thereabout. So now while we wait for this particular trade to proceed, now one advice that I normally give to most of my fellow traders and students as well is, when a trade has proceeded into a profit position, there's what they call trailing profit that you can put to the trade, you can put towards the trade. That's, for instance, if the trade proceed into profit, let's say by $5 or $10, you can adjust your stop loss to we have trailing take profit and then trailing stop loss. Okay, you can adjust your stop loss to like about $4 margin, so that where let's say you're expecting the trade to proceed up to like about 50 100 pips or 200 pips or 300 pips. So now when you adjust your stop loss into that into such a level or such an extent, let's say you're supposed to get at let's say about $50 of the trade. It means that if the market decides to reverse in any way when you're no longer there, this one is after you've done all your calculation and everything is done right. Okay, if the market decides to work against you or reverse in any way into the loss position, you still have something to go off the market with. All right, so I don't know if you actually get what I'm trying to say right here. So this chart here, this market here is going to proceed for a very long time. So the record, I'll just have to push the record by making it a bit very fast, all right, so that we won't stay here forever. So everything seems to be going according to plan. You can see we have about $10, $10.23 right there. So even if we have to want to close out in the market, we can still close out on the market right here right now, and then we still have a large percentage of profit to go off with. All right, so if you go back to the chart right there and look at the chart, you will discover that it's actually going according to plan. All right, so you see the drawings, since the analysis was making a H4, that's a 4 hours time frame. If I'm saying H4, you should know what I'm actually referring to. 4 hours time frame. Just know that okay, it's going to take some couple of hours, like a very long time, if not the entire day, for the entire drawings on the chart to be drawn out, or for the entire drawing to be traced. Okay, you can look at the chart in 1 minute right here. All right, so what will happen on this trade here is I'm going to close out in profit right here, and then keep the record this chart, because it's going to take some time. Record this chart when it retraces all the steps, all right, all the steps that we actually drew on this chart, and then I'll upload it for you guys to see. All right, so that you can actually practicalize it on your own and see how it works. Now you can see in 1 minute, see how far the market, you can actually see how far the market has gone in 1 minute, and based on what I can see in that 1 minute, the market is going to go up shortly, and then it will hit that point where I drew that line before it goes back down or crosses it, and that will indicate or specify what we actually drew before in H4. All right, that will just verify it. All right, look at it in 15 minutes, the same analysis is being done. All right, showing some kind of retracement that could go on after this particular candle, and it's actually beginning to go on right there. All right, so that's the point where we expect the trade to hit before going back. Also, I have to just close out, and then we closed out on $11 at $9.43 in profit. That made everything $16.43 with just $1.51. All right, so I hope you guys really understand this, and I hope you can actually do this on your own and see the entire analysis that is everything was actually done here live, and it's so cool. All right, now you're going to see how the market actually proceeded for the longest time. All right, for the longest time, if the strategy we drew on the chart was actually retraced. And this particular case is a case whereby I'm actually looking at the chart after some time. It is a situation whereby you have to place your trade, and then put the take profit and put the stop loss, and then go away to do whatever business that you have for the day. You don't have to look at the chart, you don't have to monitor your trade or something. This is when you have to follow the drawing, and the drawing has to be really accurate, so that in case the market decides to go against you, it will take the stop loss will be hit. If the market decides to go according to your plans, it will hit your take. So we all can say that everything is actually going according to plans as drawn. All right, but one thing I want us to look at right here now is withdrawing from your trading account directly to your local bank account. Person makes trade, and then they never care about withdrawal. And this is the trade that I just experimented for you guys right now. Although I closed out a bit earlier, you can see even if it was still proceeding as planned, but I closed out a bit earlier. All right. You can see the chart normally is supposed to go down this much. All right. That's how much it will go down. All right. But I close out just for this tutorial so that I don't extend that much. Although before this tutorial ends, like before it gets, maybe before this is 4 hours chat, so it has taken a bit of a long time. So maybe by the next day, because already evening here, by the next day when this entire chart is done retracing itself, all this drawing will be left there. When this chart is done retracing itself, and then we'll I will let you guys see it, or I will let you guys know. All right. So you see how it is now. The next phase of this whole thing, now you can see here. Let's okay. Let's flip the chart around. Look at the trade. All right. See, $11 made out of 1 point something dollars. All right. Look, can see the trade history. You can see the profit. $9.62. I think it got to $9.62. So let me just say approximately $10 made in profit. That's about $16 that is made from just a $1 balance today. All right. Most persons don't, they just trade and they don't withdraw. All right. So now let me show you guys how I'm going to withdraw this, how this can be withdrawn. All right. Let me just get out 10 out of this. Let me just take 10. Cool. That's how fast it takes to push from your mt5 to your binary or derivative account, because it's the same thing. So now if you go to the derivative to check right now, you see that the balance is no longer what it is right now. It's back to $1. All right, with that $1 I can proceed with the trade. I can flip it again to $10 as many times as possible. All right, it's better to build a little amount to as much as possible than playing with a big amount and then falling willfully with the big amount. All right, I don't know if you get what the point I'm trying to make. So now see this point here. Okay, now I can go ahead to make this withdrawal with dp2p. Placing ads on dp2p is very simple process. You can see the balance reflecting there as long as your account is verified on dp2p. All right. Now, if I go here and click on sell to anybody's ad, you can see the top ad is always with the highest amount. You can see somebody putting an extreme amount of rate. Forget about them. It's nonsense. All right, forget. So the real rate is down here: 53, 533, 535, 536, and all of that, and then 529, 528. All right, but those persons here are always very difficult to get to contact. So what I normally do right here now to place my ad, to have my dollar so sell as soon as possible, I check the overall rate, the list rate. You can see the list rate here is 524, and the person is willing to sell about $45. This person here is willing to sell $5. This person here is willing to sell $100. So now what I'm just going to do is going to reduce my rate. All right, just go here, place an ad, or click on the plus button to create an ad. Click on sell. How much do I want to sell? $10, because that's what I have in my balance. What's my rate? 521. All right, let me reduce my rate like that. Put it $1, the minimum, then the maximum $10, and then enter my account details, and then post the ads, and then that's all. Enter my phone number, post the ad, and then while you are just looking at this, in no time you see that this ad will be taken off. All right, I'm going to leave this phone like this and see how long it will take for this ad to be taken off. So people are always on this page, refreshing this page. So in no time somebody will take up this ad. So instead of somebody wasting time sending message to somebody, calling somebody, or saying you just go through this process, and then you buy and sell your currency into your account. This is for especially for those living in Nigeria. All right, can you see now the ad has just been taken? All right, all I just have to do here, look at the payment. All I just have to do here is send this person message. I don't know who this person is, so I'll say uh awaiting awaiting payment, no need to call, I am online. All right, so that this person will not be bothering me with a lot of calls. All right, and then this person will just pay. So this is the, you can see in my local currency, this is the amount that this person will actually be paying directly to my bank account. All right, so it's just as simple as that. Right, when this person pays, I'll show you guys the next process. All right, now you can see a notification here that this person has paid. All right, and this means that if I click right here, all right, I'll see a confirmation button. The person have actually clicked that they has paid. All right, I don't know if it's he or she. All right, I have to go over to my bank app to confirm the payment. All right, to see if the payment was actually there in my account. All right, so as can be confirmed on my history account here, you can see that the person has just made that payment. So all I just have to do is go over to DP2P and confirm this person as soon as possible. All right, so now I can go over, click, I have received payment, confirm. That's all. That's all it takes to buy and sell dollars. So you can see that I have actually done a lot of transaction. All right, and I've made a video like this for you guys before now. So I have no active orders right now. So please subscribe to my channel. All right.